by exploring rhetoric and problem solving in communication, and the college-wide capabilities that I chose is communication, and these are the three core texts and one alternate text that I chose. And these are the 5 critical parts of rhetorical analysis, which are main idea, purpose, audience, rhetorical appeals, which ethos, pathos, and logos, and then the text. So firstly, the main idea. Now, the main idea in relation to communication. Communication helps solve problems by conveying ideas, resolving conflicts, and guiding decisions. Using rhetorics, ethos, pathos, and logos enhances clarity and persuasion. However, misunderstandings and biases can create obstacles. Mastering strategic communication improves decision making and problem solving resolutions in different situations. Now, this is the article 52 Blue, the loneliest whale in the world by Jamison Lira and by Jamison Leslie. And she talked about this passage explores isolation, communication, and how people find meaning in nature. It tells of the story of a whale that had a unique song, and this is often seen as it can be seen as a symbol of loneliness and resilience, which many readers can connect to in their journey. Then we also have the Broditsky, how language shapes the way we think. Now, this article explores the deep connection between language and thought. Talk about how there are thousands of languages that are spoken globally, and each of these languages have their unique structures and their unique vocabularies. And here she explained how the way we communicate can influence how we see the world. She gave an instance of the people in Australia who use cardinal directions rather than like they use a cardinal direction like east, west, north, and south instead of left and right, and this helps them to enhance their spatial awareness. So this is an example of how language describes our reality. Next, we have the second one is purpose. Purpose refers to why the author created the text, the reason behind the text, what the author was hoping to achieve whilst he or she was writing. And these are the three core texts and an additional one. And we can see the purpose of each of them. In Zechariah and Baba, it says it explains the key skills agricultural students graduate from most useful in their education. And in Lira Broditsky's TED Talk, she explores how language shapes human thoughts and perception. Now, the purpose of this was to highlight how different languages enhance the way people interpret and engage with the world around them. In the purpose of in 52 Blues, explains things like isolation, communication, and how we can relate to them. And in Emily Dickinson's poem, "The Word is Dead," it examines the lasting power of language. So each author has a purpose or the reason why they are writing. The third one is the audience. Who is the author speaking to, or what group of people does the author want to engage? It talks these 4 articles talks about the individual audiences that the author was intended to communicate with. And in Lira Broditsky's TED Talk, the author aims to communicate with educators, students, and anyone who who is interested in how linguistic diversity shapes human perceptions. In Soup Blue, the audience are those that are fascinated by marine life, psychology, human emotions. In Zakaria and Baba, the audience are those that are educators, policymakers, and academic leaders. While Emily Dickinson speaks to anybody who appreciates language, such as poets, writers, and readers. Fourth is the rhetorical appeal. Now, if it is to be one rhetorical appeal that stood out to me was logos. This article uses logos to represent the scientific data on whale communication and the unique frequency of 52 blue. In how language shaped the way we think. Ethos stood out to me because of on how he was able to draw, how the author was able to draw on her research and cross-cultural linguistic studies. In Zekari and Baba's article, what stood out to me was logos on how they use data analysis, research findings, and the feedback of alumni to evaluate the key skills in agricultural education. Also, ethos is also present here. The authors were looking to build credibility through their research. And then lastly, in Emily Dickinson's A Word Is Dead, what stood out for me was part of how the poem was able to stir emotion by the ideas it was bringing forth. And then fifth, we have text, scheme, and tropes. This talks about what the text is, what the scheme of the article is about, and the rest of them. So in conclusion, communication is more than just words. It shapes thinking, relationship, and problem solving. In the article, A Word Is Dead. In the articles, A Word Is Dead, 52 views, Zakaria and Baba's study, and Broderiski's TED Talk all show how language influences identity, education, and perception through storytelling, research, and rhetorical strategies. Whether in poetry, science, or personal experience, this work highlights the lasting impact of words on a human understanding.